As everyone knows, a couple of years ago I found a handful of stones, one being my owl, the other being the parrot, and the coinciding heads, which I know they are today. When I went to the so-called artifact community, they told me, "Boy, that there's a leverite. That there's an Indian sex stone." Either no one had a damn clue or no one was willing to tell me. So they insulted me. They called me a crackhead and a meth head. Told me I had pareidolia, schizophrenic and narcissist. I've been called every name in the book. But I did not let any of that deter me. Remember when we was younger, we went to the fair, family, and I was off looking over at this Kuhar magician freestyle thing. My daddy was over looking at the World Britannica encyclopedias. After I got those encyclopedias, every time I'd ask Daddy a question as kids do, "Daddy, what is so-and-so?" He'd always say, "Boy, that's what I bought the encyclopedias for." Kids being kids, I was just gonna run outside, and Daddy'd always stop me and say, "Whoa, you asked me a question now. Go look it up. Bring me back the answer." So that's what I would do. After years and years of doing this, it just kind of instills something in you, and it's almost like an addiction to find the truth to everything. If a question pops in my head, it really bothers me until I find the answer to it, no matter how I do that. Well, that is what happened with these stones. And the insults only fueled me to further investigate and study what I had found. Passion on Fire asked me what my resources was, because someone who is good at debating is good at reciting their resources. And I say, well, that's only if you're debating someone with an education. And education is the ability to absorb information and regurgitate it. No matter if it's a lie, it's still, if you're able to absorb it and regurgitate it, then you get 100 on your test. I always use the Christopher Columbus example. Who discovered America? Christopher Columbus in 1492. Yay, we got 100. How many now know that's a lie? There are maps dating back to the 1500s with Chicago on it. Chilago was its name at the time. A big city with brick buildings. We was not taught that as kids. But not to stray away too far from the subject. But as far as resources, you have to dig deep. And you have to kind of read between the lines, because history is written by the victors. The truth is, America is the old world and was a melting pot long before it was colonized. I am here to teach about old world artifacts and effigies, and show that effigies are only a piece of the puzzle. They are actually effigy totems. I also say that these stones that they will not recognize, because this is not a savage artifact, ties together all of the old world, the Americas and Europe together, as the old world being worldwide. In my opinion, it is Popol Vuh, otherwise known as voodoo by the Christians. Now, when I say stuff about Christians and I say stuff about the devil and this and the rocks, and don't take it the wrong way. I'm not bashing any one person, because none of us were actually there. I'm here to take the side of everyone that has been told they have pareidolia because they found an artifact. My response to everyone who told me that I have pareidolia is, you suffer from the Dunning-Kruger effect. And although you're hip on the word pareidolia, I'm sure you're going to have to Google that one. If you cannot see the owl and the parrot that I found on day one, then you will not see any of this. You should move on to another page. You vibrate at a lower level. If my totems haven't already proved it, I will prove that the faces in the stones are all the same faces. I will teach that every one of these effigies are the same, contains the same animals and the same faces when viewed at the same angle, always. To my 918 subscribers I have, much love for y'all. Much love for y'all that stuck with me in the beginning when I didn't know what I was talking about. Now we know. I hope everybody's liking the new format. If this is your first time, like and subscribe and share. That's the first time I've ever said that, because up until now, this channel has been about me learning. But now, I'm ready to share this knowledge with everyone else, and let's see who can become the second person to stack a Native American totem and rub it in these arrowhead guys' faces. Until next time, peace out. Much love.